YouTube. What's up? Your boy Daniel Lynch DL is back at you again with another YouTube video regarding Ant-Man and the Wasp. I just seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, this movie right here, spoilers, by the way, so if you don't want to know, get out, go see it, come back here. In that order. Get out, go see it, come back. Good. Now that's out the way. Spoilers from here on out. And spoilers one more time. I'm going for it. This movie is it's what everybody been saying it is, but I ain't gonna be that way. No, it's basically, but I'm just gonna say it's what's needed after Infinity War, because you know Infinity War was the one. That was the one. That was the it. That was everything. Ant-Man and the Wasp was a nice little. So much needed that after Infinity War. And this takes place between Captain America Civil War and Infinity War. Until it hits the end. We'll get there at the very tail end. We got time. But basically, the movie starts off with a little flashback of the original Ant-Man and Wasp, which the movie should have been about in the first place. But the movie does center around them finding Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp from the first Ant-Man and the Marvel Comics, and the Wasp. The movie is about finding her, getting her back. And the movie opens up with this flashback that takes place on that day that she got lost in the quantum realm. And they use CGI. Why? Because it's Michelle Pfeiffer, and Michael Douglas. They're all high-profile actors, but they're played in the movie. They're played by them, but they're also played by two other actors who are, because Ant-Man and Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, they're young in the comic books. They're not old. They are young in their prime. Hence, when they join the Avengers, it's right now. But, they were Ant-Man and the Wasp in the past, and with stuff going on. We'll get to that. They were Ant-Man and the Wasp, for the 60s through the 80s, so that wasn't taken away from them. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, they've been Ant-Man and Wasp for a long time, and in 1987, they go on this here mission to stop a missile from hitting the United States of America. What happens? Wasp, Janet, she goes and gets subatomic to disarm the missile, leaving Hank with their daughter to care for her, and she's lost in quantum realm, right? Then the movie cuts to present day, which is showing the second. We're not even gonna call him that. Scott. It shows Scott doing his thing as a father, and I don't hate Scott as a character, or even maybe because of Paul Rudd's likeness. But no, it's not Scott Lang. I do not hate the guy. It's just I'm not a fan of taking over mantles. Which is why, at first, I wasn't rocking with X-23. I wasn't rocking with Miles Morales or Kamala Khan or Scott or Eric. None of them. I'm with heroes being their own thing. You can't just take a legacy. No, that's them. You're not them. Bucky as Cap, you're Winter Soldier. Falcon as Cap, no, you're Falcon. Alright. But yeah, I don't hate him. He's a good dad. He just wants to. But like Sandman from Spider-Man 3, he's not a bad dude. He's just, he's a great dad. great dad. He's got a good relationship with his ex-wife and her husband, they're now best friends. And who knew that could happen in this year's society? But yeah, you can't. But it's a movie, so it's all good. It shows him playing in the house because he's been on house arrest for like 2 years because the movies take place in real time. So since Civil War, bro's been under house arrest and he's serving out his sentence there. And he's, just been spending time with his daughter. And one day, or on that same day, he gets this vision from Janet. Somehow, when Scott went into the quantum realm in the last movie and he saw they're connected. They have this, Janet and Scott have this link, which we'll get to later. But Janet, we'll get to the important part of the movie about that later. But right now we're getting into the fact that Scott sees Janet, and he sees this flashback of Hope and Janet. Hope is their daughter. Hope is Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne's daughter. He sees a flashback of Janet playing hide and go seek with her daughter Hope. Very lovely, right? And I don't know, because when in that whatever memory, he sees himself in the mirror, and Janet looks shocked because she is, I don't know, it's weird. They had this weird link going on, right? And then, Hank and Hope, they're discussing, because it opened, when the movie opened, I skipped a part. Hank was telling Hope the full story about what happened to the daughter, and they're on the run too, since Scott used the suit to help out Cap and them in Civil War. Ego got the suit. Hank and Hope have been finding out this way to bring Janet Van Dyne back from the quantum realm into the land of the living. The living. Yes. Bringing Janet Van Dyne back from the land of living. And we'll get there. We're going to get there. House arrest. Hank and Hope seek out... Scott gives them a call. Hank a call on the slim chance that that's the same number that Hank had. And lo and behold, it was, because, plot. We got to move the plot forward, not backwards. Can't move the plot backwards. We go forward, never backwards. So Hope, she's in her little suit that Hank made for her. Ooh. And she gets the suit. She stings Scott. And is like, "Hey, cuz, did you see my mama?" Scott's like, "Yeah, kinda. Yeah." That's how that went down. Or at least in my head. That's exactly how it went down in my head. But that's darn sure not what was said on screen. You'll have to watch the movie to see that. And, they have been finding, how Hope and Hank have been finding out a way to get Janet out is through this, they've been building this technology, and they got this technology through this guy, Sultan Sonny Birch, played by Walter Goggins, I believe is his name. He was in the Uncharted movie and G.I. Joe, and he's been in the majority, I want to say, all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. Or one. He was in that Hateful Eight one, where him and Samuel Jackson's character, they didn't like each other for a majority of that movie. But he's in there, and he's a dingus business owner who, on their last transaction to get the part that Hope and Hank need, he's like, sorry, baby girl, no deal till you work with my people. She's like, we don't want to work with your people. We ain't having that. No, 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 no. No. They're not having it. She just wasn't. So she put on the suit, beat some tail, and yeah, deal didn't go through. Then out of nowhere, the ghost comes in, and it's like, damn! Who the fuck are you? I'm just kidding. But yeah, seriously, like, who is this guy? Well, actually, it's not even a guy. It's a girl, but in the comics, it's male, and is an Iron Man villain. For the movie, they took some liberties and made it work. It worked. It did, you know. The ghost is not a male. She's a female in the movie. And presumably, since you never do see ghosts, but yeah, Ghost in the comics, you don't ever see bro without his suit. So he could be white, black, Asian, mixed, Colombian, it don't matter, because in the movie, yeah, female, played by Hannah, the girl in Ready Player One. She plays her, she's a very promising actress. She got a future. She got potential. She's gonna make it. And they worked Ghost into the story really well too. And how she played it. She's got a strong motivation, and the motivation is to live. She wants to live. Because back in the day, her parents, Dr. Egghead, who was a Hank Pym villain, you know, he wasn't, they didn't really explore the guy, because it's told from a certain point of view, because Hank says this one line, which I'll get to, but yeah, Dr. Egghead is Ghost's parent, who dies because of a failed laboratory experiment, and she blames Hank for that because Hank fired him. But according to Hank, he fired Dr. Egghead because Egghead was trying to sabotage Pym's work, and Pym won't have him that. So he's like, yeah, bro, hit the bricks. And then, yeah. But after they died, she gained these like ghostly powers where she fades in and out of reality. And she's been like that for the last, she looks about 25, and she was probably 8, so do the math on that. Alright, not 25, she's probably 31. 31. We'll go with 31. 32. In her mid-30s. She's on the prime side of life, okay? That's how old she is. And Bill Foster, the Goliath, took her in as, you know, became a surrogate father. The Pumbaa and Timon to her Simba. That's what Goliath is to her. Yep. And, you know, the history of Hank and Goliath is there, except the liberties they took with that is Goliath is, or Bill Foster was like this colleague of Hank's who they worked on some stuff, you know, presumably the Goliath and the Ant-Man, Giant Man stuff, but in the past. And, yeah, Goliath, Bill Foster does not like Hank, which is not how it is in the comics, because in the comics they ain't got no beef, none. But in the movie it's like, yeah, they're not that cool with each other. At least maybe they were back in the it was, they don't say what, all they focus on the relationship is that they don't like each other, but what led to that, maybe they were, you know, cool at one point in time until they weren't. Yes, So, but yeah, how he fits into the story is that he played a surrogate father role to Ghost, trying to help her get right. But Bill, he's not an evil dude. He actually wants to do the right thing, and he wants to help this girl, but he's not going to do it at the expense of losing lives. And Ghost is like, she's dying. She ain't got much time left because the ghost that she needs, what Hank and Hope need to get Janet out. She needs that to fix her so she can get right. And she's only thinking about herself, but she has the right to because she's dying. That's her motivation. And yeah, she's basically willing to do whatever it is to stay alive. Because, you know, shit, I'm dying, you know. If you're trying to stay alive, you ain't going to think about nobody. But that's, you know, the human part of life. Or one of the feelings of it, at least. One of the feelings of it, at least, I said. So if you watch this video and you ask what I said that. Now, back on track. In the story, we are, yep. Hank, Hope, and Scott go to Bill Foster to help. This is before they found out that he was in leagues when he was in cahoots with Ghost. They find out after they go on this run to get something they need. And, yep. Scott's friends from the last one come back. Luis, they and T.I. and the dude that plays all the creepy roles. I'm sorry, we don't say that. The freaky roles in the movies in Hollywood. He was the freaky guy in Lost, or Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard's movie. He was in a lot of stuff, yeah. But he plays a cool dude in this movie, so he's alright. Cool Russian cat. He's not an actual cat, but he's a cool Russian guy. Like Colossus, except he's not a mutant. No. Back on track. Yep, they run their own facility. Sure do. And, oh yeah, they're at this, Scott, Hope, and Hank find out Bill Foster's in cahoots, yes. So she got him trapped there and lets him know what her motivation is for that. And they get away, and you know, throughout the course of the movie is just nonstop funniness. Like, it was actually, it's adorable. It's a good family movie because, you know what I'm saying, Hank, when the tough gets going, Hank is like, yo, I need to go get my butt out of this quantum realm, you know, so he can pack the Wasp out, you know, get back to packing it out. Nah, he just wants that butt back though, for real. I mean, cause that's Janet is Hank's butt, like, you know, Janet is Hank's butt, okay, and he wants that butt back, so we gonna do whatever it takes to get the butt. He gonna get some butt. yeah. Hank goes back. Yeah, he puts on a suit. Not unlike the Ant-Man suit. It looks like a little astronaut suit, but seeing Hank Pym suit up is alright. Does that while Hope and Scott hold off the folk, Sonny Birch, and Ghost, while Hank goes subatomic, and he's crossing paths with this little machine. Yep, they end up getting the machine to do that, and in that machine, he goes subatomic, and he comes across these, like, the lice thing, the lice stuff. I know I said I would go over some stuff, but it hasn't crossed my mind yet, so remind me when you see the vid to go over it, and we'll talk in the comment section, okay? He goes subatomic, and he finds the butt. Yep, Janet is alive and well after Hank goes a little crazy because Scott was like, yo, folk, we can't, that's what it was. How Janet and Scott, that's one of the things I was going to talk about. Yeah, Janet and Scott are so linked that she goes inside of bruh and communicates with Hank and Hope on how to find her through him. But yeah, that was it. Now, back to Hank finding his butt. He finds her after he goes a little crazy. And Scott was like, yeah, it'll melt your mind. So Hank's mind is melting a little bit. Janet comes in just in time and saves him. So she got powers now to heal folks. She's like a healer. Because when we see her, when we first see her, she got a sword in the back, like she's like Blade kind of, except she's not. She looks like one of them Star Wars bounty hunter characters when we see her. Like she knows what, yeah. And don't ever ask if Janet has ever tried to get out. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, but even if she could, she probably couldn't. So yeah, went back, found her, got the butt, get the butt out of the quantum realm. Wasp and Scott take Hope and Scott take care of Sonny Birch. Ghost is like, they become cool. Yeah, Ghost becomes cool with the group. And because Janet, when they get her out, Janet heals her. And she's not in pain no more, but, you know, she still got to get right. So, yeah, because the FBI is still after him. Yeah. When, I know I probably skimmed over some things, but you'll see the movie for yourself. When you do, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, FBI, yes, play a role in that house arrest, because all this is happening, like, Scott doesn't stay in the house, like, you know what I'm saying? He leaves, but not willingly, because he wants to be with his daughter more than being a superhero. He's not even trying to put on the suit. He's just putting on the suit as a heist mission, so he's not even a hero. He's just the guy that does this job with a shrinking suit. Yeah. Hank, that's the superhero. But yeah, we're not. Yeah, you're not. Paul, he cool. He is cool. He funny and cool. Yeah. Thanks to Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd, Scott. He's on the run from the FBI. Enjoyed the movie, but he gets back in the house. It's a little funny gag in the movie. You know, he gets in and out of the house, and when the FBI notices it, that he's gone. But Hank and Hope took care of that because they put this giant ant bracelet on the giant ant. Yeah. Wrapped around his leg. The ants are sentient too, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That ant, ants are smart because they listen to Hank, yeah. Or Hank is communicating with the ants. Tells them what to do. And he told the giant one to do that. And the flying ants, yeah, they're smart, but they got gone. Because birds got to eat. So when the birds saw a flying ant, that's dinner, lunch, breakfast, and a freaking snack. Maybe some dessert on the side. Boom! But we're towards the end of the movie where Ghost is, she's healed. The FBI's after him, and it's like Bill won't leave her because he wants to help this girl through the end. So with that said, Scott, you know, he gets back in time so the FBI don't put him under house arrest again. He gets away with it. Serves his sentence. He got back in time. He served his sentence, and then Hank and Janet, because Hank, he likes to shrink stuff, so he's been shrinking stuff throughout the movie, like the stuff that they need, the building, his lab, all that. He shrunk his freaking house, cars, whatever, but he shrunk his house, and he grew it back to normal size on a beach, on a freaking beach, a house on a beach, for him and Janet to get right in and pack out. They're gonna pack out. Hank and Janet are packing out on the beach. That's what he got his butt, and he said, "Yo, let me get the crib big again. Gotta get the crib. Yo, let me get the crib out." That's what he said. He said, "Let me get the crib out." Made the crib big. Now he's packing out his butt. And Hope, Scott, and the daughter of Scott see a movie. That's it. Woo! I think that's about the first time in a minute that I have actually done a full review without skipping over some stuff. I mean, I know I actually told y'all the full story through and through. That's that Luke Cage one I did. It was, I ain't really go in depth because the reason with that was I just saw this movie like 30 minutes ago to an hour ago. The deal with Luke Cage was I saw those episodes and then I did the video a couple weeks afterwards. That's why. Memory was faded. But I did the best I could. Sure did. So, yeah. We're there. We are there. We're there. We're there. And in the post-credit scene, this how it ties back into Infinity War. So Ghost is cool with the group. Scott puts on the Ant-Man suit again with Hank, Jan, and Hope on a rooftop. Scott's going back into the quantum realm to get stuff for the new ghost friend, as he puts it. Though it should have been Bill, but no one knows where Bill is, or her. Bill is with Ghost, doing whatever. But in the post-credit scene, he goes in the quantum realm, and as he's in there, a certain snap from a certain purple nutsack chin looking mother lover happened, and yeah, Hank, Janet, and Hope, the whole Pym family got gone, done, leaving Scott in the quantum realm. Either he survived because he, it was random, or that him being under probably helped. But we'll never know until Avengers 4 comes out. But she tells him not to get stuck in time vortexes, and I believe that right there is what is setting up my theory for the different realities in Avengers 4 to come into play, where they gonna recruit Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. They gonna get young Hank, young Janet from the freaking past, when they were in their prime, played by Dax Griffin and Haley Lovett, the two actors I told you about in the beginning that I said I will bring back. I remember. Yes, I did. I told you I remember, didn't I? Didn't I tell you? Guess what? I sure did. I sure did. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. 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 And yep, yes, Avengers 4 is going to be lit because of that. When that happens, I can finally live a happy man. I mean, I'm already a happy man, but now I can, live with, because then they brought them back and then continue French, not just back for that movie, continue. Franchises with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man as an adult, with Hank and Janet in their prime, being in the present day, alongside the Avengers, their own franchise, whatever, they'll be young after Avengers 4. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Whew. That's good. And even if, yeah. Toby actually coming back is a high possibility for 3 different other alterations too, because he could come back in the Sony Spider-Verse movie, or the Venom, all of the Spider-Man villains that are getting their own movies, like Venom, Black, well, she's not really a villain, but she's still getting her own movie, Silver and Black, and Morbius, and Nightwatch, and whoever else is getting a movie. All that can take place in the Raimi-verse, but it's going to be lit when Toby comes back in Avengers 4. I'm telling you. And then on top of that, we get the Fantastic Four and the X-Men around, with the young Hank and the young Janet, with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the OG Avengers. And then Power Pack. You don't know nothing about that Power Pack. You don't know nothing. Oh yeah, and also you get Young Goliath too, played by Lawrence Fishburne's son. And get him a movie too. Yep, so yeah, there you have it. There you have it. That's my review. And it's time to eat. Peace.